What is the deal, folks? We are back again. The Daily Smoke. Smoke Sessions number 2. I am your boy BigRuk.
And I am your boy Brother Jam.
And I'm your boy Bishop.
Low-C Lolo.
And we are here. Believe it. Man, so what's been going on, man?
Oh, brother. It's been a long day. But you know what?
Go ahead. We're good. Go ahead. This is edited in.
I think
All right. So, it's been a long day, man. I won't complain, though. Because ultimately, I feel good. I go home tired. Yeah. That's no joke. But I'm tired for reasons that I'm happy about. So that
make all the difference in the world,
man.
That make
for right now, yes.
In the world, bro.
It's what's keeping me going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, everything as far as life in general is pretty good, man. Yeah. I got my brakes fixed. Thanks.
I bet.
Thanks,
That's
brother.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, brother helped me fix my brakes. So hopefully
take a lot of credit for yourself. I just showed you what to do, and you did it, man. And you knocked it out.
Hey,
bro.
Listen, but you showing me what to do is what made the difference. Because once you showed me, I was like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Okay. So and sometimes it's all you need is somebody just to say, hey.
New skill for life.
Look, I told my son when I got home, because he used to work at a little oil change place, so he knows how to change oil.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I got home that day, I said, if we ever need to change your brake pads, I said, I got you.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Say word.
So between the two of us, we're going to open up a mechanic shop
right.
pretty soon. But what about you, man? What's been going on?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. Just waiting on next week. Waiting on the 9th, man. My daughter's, hopefully 2 of them, but at least one of them is coming from New York to spend some time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so.
Oh, man, that's always lovely.
I'm happy, man. My baby Amari's definitely coming. Hopefully, my baby Ariana will be coming too. And if not, she should be coming a little bit later because they're actually, she has some shoots and stuff, so she may not be able to make it, with Amari. Yeah, so they're also trying to send her to Europe for the, Fashion Week.
Wow.
Yeah, because, she got to do Fashion Week in New York.
Okay.
This past year. And that was her first time even being in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And she got to do Fashion Week, man. She's done a lot of stuff, man. Like she's been blessed. You know what I'm saying? Man. So yeah, I'm so proud of her, man. And my daughter Amari, man. I'm so proud of her, man. That's why I can't wait to see her, because she's taught herself how to play the guitar. She writing songs and singing and the whole nine. So
they're proud.
The music gene didn't stop right there, huh? I got that.
Yeah, dog. Man, I love it. So I can't wait for them to come home, man. See my babies, man.
Yeah. They grew up, man, and now I only have one still in the house. My baby, I say still in the house, but I mean still dependent upon me, I should say. Yeah. My baby girl is 17. She matter of fact, she's gonna be 18 in July. But it's like, dude. But when I look at the other 3, so I got a 21-year-old, I got a 23-year-old, and then a 24-year-old. I'm like, those are adults.
Yes. Yes.
And I made those.
Yes.
That's some crazy stuff.
I know. I got a 26-year-old. A 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 14 now, and a 6-year-old.
Wow. You got all generations, don't you?
Yeah, you got a millennial, a Gen X, and a Gen Z.
Right. Hey man, you gotta
space them out.
You gotta space them out.
I got you.
You gotta sow seeds everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Hey brother, I ain't mad.
Sprinkle.
Yes sir.
All right. So today, we gonna talk about the MCU.
Most definitely.
Now, I don't know about y'all out there in YouTube land. but I have been a Marvel fan since I was a kid. You know, I know Ruck can say the same.
Yes.
We actually, or at least, well, I won't say it's how we met, but that's part of the way we kind of bonded and became friends back in the day, is because we both, well, he was into comic books and I had a little interest in comic books. I, touched up against them from a cousin of mine, and he got me back into them because he brought out my favorite character, Wolverine.
Yes.
And we had that love for the tiny man.
Yes.
Who could kick everybody's ass.
Everybody.
But as you grow up, you read the books and those are fun. But of course, as you grow up, you say, man, it'd be great if somebody made these into movies.
Right.
And every time they tried, it was usually crap.
Right.
Well, I don't know. That Bruce Banner way back when the original Hulk with
you talking
but
about
that was a TV show.
Talking about the TV show?
Just to try to adapt it.
That I like that.
Yeah,
I used to now that, but see, even there, it wasn't the comic book story, but it was good on its own.
Yeah.
What I wanted back
Bill
then
Bixby,
when I was younger.
Bill Bixby.
Yeah, Bill
right,
Bixby.
Right.
What I wanted back then was I wanted the comic book stories on the screen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then 2008 came along.
Man.
And Iron Man, the first Iron Man dropped.
And it was so beautiful.
Robert Downey
So
Jr. perfect as far as actually.
First of all,
it's not that far from his own character. As far as
notice how you just skipped over all of the X-Men movies prior to that.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm sorry if anybody out there is a fan of the X-Men movies. I hate those movies. I really do. And I haven't even watched. I think the last one that came out. Haven't even watched it, and I refuse to acknowledge them. Just no. We're not going to talk about the X-Men. My feelings are still hurt behind those movies. and I even acknowledge, what's his name? The guy who played Wolverine.
Damn, that's bad.
I keep wanting to say Russell Crowe, but I know that's wrong.
Right.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
Come on,
How did you forget
wow.
Hugh Jackman?
Yes. That's just good.
But Hugh Jackman, I acknowledge him as being a pretty damn good Wolverine.
Right.
I will even acknowledge that.
Right.
But the rest of those movies was ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, despite the fact that he was like 6'1" and Wolverine is 5'3".
3, yeah. So, but like I said, as acting wise, he did a good job.
Damn good job.
So, we're going to start with 2008. We're going to start with Iron Man, and that's where the MCU begins. Okay. Now, Robert Downey Jr. As Tony Stark.
That's not that far from his own personality.
Cast.
Was there ever a better casting?
Never, dog.
My God.
Well.
Can I add one?
Patrick Stewart.
I was just about to say it.
Patrick Stewart, Professor X.
Angelina Jolie as Laura Croft.
Oh yeah, that was also
She looked like
Even though that didn't have nothing to do with Marvel,
right?
But that was
that wasn't a
good.
I give you that.
That's who I was going to say. Patrick Stewart,
Professor X.
Right, but he said he didn't want to start with those. But if we just really talking about perfect casting, that was one of them. Man.
And I'll acknowledge that as well. I'll acknowledge Patrick Stewart as Professor X was a fantastic choice. I just hate that he had to play that part to the horrible script that they had for that movie.
Yeah,
so,
I have to agree with that.
But when the MCU began with Iron Man and Tony Stark, man, I'm trying to tell you, that was a beautiful thing.
It was, man.
I enjoyed all three of those movies.
Everything was good, man. Everything, the CGI was beautiful. The story was beautiful. Everything about it, there was nothing corny about it. And it wasn't kiddie.
And I have to give Jon Favreau his props.
Oh, yeah.
Because he directed the hell out of those movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did.
He really made you, like, by the end of the first movie, you love Tony Stark.
Oh, yes.
he was not the best guy. He was not the greatest person.
Right.
But you understood his arrogance, and
Right.
and he made you love him.
Right.
Between the directing and the acting in that movie, you couldn't help but be a Tony Stark fan after that.
Everybody turned into a Tony Stark fan, even if you didn't know who the hell Iron Man was.
If you had never read a comic book, and that's the beautiful part about the MCU and the way that Marvel has done these movies.
Yeah.
They have made them where they are lovable by the hardcore fans.
Right.
For the people who read the comic books and know the stories, they may not stick exactly to the way the stories were in comic book, but they stay close enough to where you can, if you're a fan and you know those stories, you can still roll with it.
Absolutely.
And then they make it accessible to the people who know nothing about comic books. And that's the challenge. You've been able to bridge those two audiences and keep both of them happy for the most part.
Exactly.
For the most part, throughout movies since 2008.
Yeah, man.
I was one of them.
That's a feat.
Because I knew Iron Man, but I didn't know Iron Man was no damn Tony Stark.
Right.
I didn't follow it.
You didn't know
Iron Man dude. That's it. So I never.
You saw the suit and you recognize it. Yeah.
And then once these movies come out, now I know. Okay, so that's him. He's there. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I don't have to read the comic book. I just go with what they do.
Yeah, man. Because that alone has brought a lot of that has brought Marvel a huge audience that they would have never had, because these people not finna pick up a comic book and read. They don't give a shit about comic books.
But now?
But yeah, now, man.
But even Sony on board, like, oh, y'all doing it. Okay, we need to be on board on this shit.
And see, that's the part to me that's so funny, because Sony was trying so bad with those horrible X-Men movies. And I'll admit, they did make some decent Spider-Man movies in the process. So I can't be 100% mad about that, but we're not going to talk about Spider-Man 3. We're just not going to talk about that.
Not the Raimi one?
Yeah, no.
Nah.
That was
he was rushed on that.
The X-Men.
That was Sony themselves.
That was
Sony's their head like, oh no, we want these characters in there. But like, dude, the movie damn near done. Now you want to add
the
this
third
shit?
Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay.
But see, you know what? In this last Spider-Man movie that they released, they showed how you should have done it with having all of those different characters in one movie and still make it right. Good.
And that's the only one I haven't seen yet. I still haven't seen Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it came out, that was when my kids got sick with COVID and all that shit. Yeah. So I hadn't been able to go to the movie theaters.
I did not know that Andrew Garfield actually had a process in actually kind of writing some of the.
Oh word! I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he actually had a process, like, and Toby was like, I'm aboard.
Say word.
So, but actually Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he stole the show for
the
the Spider-Man, man. That was a really good movie, man. I was happy with it. But I'm a easy to please kind of dude when it comes to those movies. I acknowledge when they're bad,
right?
But I still love them, even the bad. Well, not all of them.
Because like the third Thor movie, that one was bad.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I understood.
You said the second or third?
The third.
What about the second Thor movie?
Wait a minute.
I'm like, are you mixing that up?
Well,
which one is the one?
The third one was the one when he was on that planet.
The third one was the one where he was fighting Hela, right?
That's the third.
Hela. Okay,
yeah.
He was fighting Hela. So I'm thinking about the second one.
Yeah, the second.
That's the one I'm talking about. The second Thor movie was ass.
Yeah, it was.
But I understand. But the thing
to me, the first one to me was my favorite, right?
Of course.
The other two,
actually, out of the three, the third Thor movie was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for one, I love the fact that they gave
Jeff Goldblum.
Well, of course I love Jeff Goldblum, but I'm talking about what's his name? Idris Elba.
Loki.
Oh, Idris Elba.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was his character's name?
It's right on the tip of my tongue too.
Heimdall. Yeah, because he ran the Bifrost.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they gave Heimdall a bigger part and let him do more than just be the damn Bifrost operator.
Right.
So that was a big deal in that one. And then to me, that one had it kind of went the way of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
It had a lot more of the comedy in it.
And that's what I don't like.
Really?
See, I like my comic book movies outside of ones like Guardians of the Galaxy because they're quirky. You're supposed to be like that.
Right.
But I like if it's a character that's I like serious movies. I don't like the kiddie shit and the corny, you know, and it throws me off, man.
See, for me,
I still watch them because I love them overall, but I could do without all of that funny, jokey,
That shows you how
shit.
the difference for me, because I'm not a comic book reader.
Yeah.
All of them are good to me.
Yeah.
All of them. I'm having fun watching this shit.
Yeah.
So they're all, I don't know if they're corny because I don't read the comic book, but
Yeah.
Right.
I like all this action here.
Yeah.
These dudes
See, I guess
making
for
me laugh and shit. So yeah.
For serious
for a non-comic book reader, it's a lot easier to just go with it and let the story take you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we have something to compare it to. That's the problem.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we old.
But like, well, what I was gonna say is that for me, I didn't view the comedy in that one. Of course, like you said, Guardians of the Galaxy, you expect it.
Right.
But in that Thor movie, it wasn't corny to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was for the situations that they was putting him in, it was appropriate for his character because of course you know Thor from even the previous movies. He was known for being kind of arrogant and all of this kind of stuff and a little bit flippant. So it made it interesting to see them portray that in the movie, and it turned into it had so much of a comedic element to it that it really, to me, made the movie better. I think if it hadn't had that, it would have really been just a really dry kind of boring movie.
I agree.
Because that really brought the flavor to the movie. If matter of fact,
especially after the second one.
if that second one had tried to do more of that, it might have improved it some.
And see, I that's what I didn't. That's why I didn't like it because it was too much to me. It was too corny to me. Like there was a lot of corny elements.
The relationship or the way they portrayed the relationship between Thor and I forgot her name. It's Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
But
no.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Natalie Portman is not Valkyrie.
I mean,
his
from
girlfriend.
Yeah, the second movie.
Yeah.
His girlfriend.
But Natalie Portman's character, that relationship, the way it was portrayed, it just got on my nerves.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, can we get them off the screen?
Yeah.
I'd rather have Thor by himself doing some stuff because all of that was just too much. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, like I was saying, even though I don't like that corny shit in those movies, I still love the movies, so I watch them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have that than nothing. And they weren't bad enough for me to not want to watch.
Well, and I've told you this before, for me, I'm a completionist.
Yeah.
So even if it's bad, I'm going to watch it because I know Marvel.
Right.
And I know how they tell stories,
Right.
and all of it's interconnected.
Right.
And you're going to need to know what happened in this movie.
That's right.
It's going to matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all
so
gonna matter.
for me, that's part of the thing. Like I said, I actually watched all 7 or 8 seasons of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yes, by all means.
But by the 5th season, I was really done with it.
Yeah.
Once you started going into outer space and time travel, you lost.
Yeah, it got bad.
Yeah.
It got bad.
I was like, okay.
I dropped off after third. So.
I was good with the Hydra stuff.
The
Hydra storyline, that was really interesting, especially the cubes that could travel you through different, through space and all of this. That stuff was really cool. I was into it. When they started getting into the Inhumans, I was kind of like, okay, I can kind of roll.
Digging the Inhumans. I was okay with that. Yeah.
Did you watch the Inhumans show?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Man, everything Marvel has put out, I have watched.
Okay, so did you watch Runaways?
Yes.
Okay. See, as far as I know, I'm like the only person who watched Runaways.
I watch it, but see, you know me, I'm a DC and a Marvel fan.
Right.
So everything DC does, I watch it. All of the TV shows, I watch them.
I started watching Flash and Green Arrow. And for
Arrow, yeah.
I stuck with Green Arrow longer than Flash because Flash was too corny.
But I can't even front and say it's not, but for some reason, but see, I expect a little bit of corny with Flash because
he's Flash.
He's Flash.
He's kind of like Spider-Man,
right?
He's a youngster, yeah.
So I'm cool with it. I like it, and I love that Flash show.
Yeah,
I really did. I was digging it. I really was, man.
But I stuck with Green Arrow longer than Flash. But after a while,
Green Arrow was dope, man. Especially in the beginning.
The only thing that I don't like about DC, and what they tend to do with a lot of their characters, whether it's TV shows or movies, the perpetual state of guilt that they keep their heroes in.
Yeah.
Green Arrow couldn't stop doing anything because he felt bad about his father dying.
Right.
And great, I get that could be the motivation for like a season or two. Yeah. But when you get into the fourth or fifth season, okay, dude, you need a new motivation for what you're doing. You can't still be crying about your daddy. Yeah. You know, your life has gone on for like 10, 15 years at this point. Right. You know.
Well, actually, here's one. Even though they tried, but I like the Netflix with Luke Cage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, beautiful. Luke Cage was dope.
Oh, Luke Cage was so dope when it first came out.
Actually, Daredevil, all of that stuff I like.
Oh yeah,
the only one that I couldn't
Iron Fist. Iron Fist was
that was the death of that.
Now I will say that's the one that I did not finish watching.
I did.
I couldn't do it.
I did.
I only watched a few episodes. See, my thing was this: we were in, what was that, 2018, something like that? 2018, and you still have a fake fist. You don't. In 2018, there's enough technology
where you don't have to
use a fake fist. Like that's 1980s, early 90s shit. You know what I'm saying?
That dude, the one who played Iron Fist, and I don't know his real name, but he's a horrible actor.
Yeah.
He cannot deliver that.
Yeah. He is a horrible actor.
Yeah.
And he was on Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't watch Game of Thrones all the way through.
Okay. He played
probably one of the only people in America.
There's a character called the Knight of Flowers.
Okay.
On Game of Thrones, and he was the gay knight.
Of course.
And of course, throughout the show, that was like part of his character's secret. Yeah. He was. Everybody kind of knew it, but nobody talked about it because he was
still a killer.
Yeah, he was like one of the coldest dudes as far as when it came to like knight skills, swords, whatever. He could do it. Yeah. You know, if you step to this dude as on a dual level, you probably gonna die. So nobody was calling him, you know, gay to his face, but at the same time, now that role he played well only because he talked very little.
Okay.
Putting him as the main character in a show, not a good idea. He cannot carry the weight.
Yeah.
But Jessica Jones
was dope.
Oh yes.
My God, I love Jessica Jones.
Yes.
From the very first episode of Jessica Jones, I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
First of all, okay, we're gonna have to talk about Miss Ritter.
Oh yeah.
Cause dude,
look, man. That the whole TV, the whole episodic shows that they had outside of the movies.
Yeah,
we gotta do a whole episode about.
Oh that alone, okay. Because we haven't even touched on the Disney Plus stuff yet.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
You got 30 minutes to talk about it.
And we still got other shit to do.
Oh man. But
so much, dude.
But yeah, Luke Cage, and even though the second season of Luke Cage was,
It was iffy at the very end.
yeah, they kind of. I think they maybe should have tried to go with a different villain, but I get why they chose that. But at the same time, the second season was alright, but the first season, so beautiful. Just that was Wakanda Forever before it was Wakanda Forever.
Right,
you know,
right.
Because when Luke Cage came out, everybody I know that was black was watching Luke Cage,
and it was good.
It was good. It was real good.
Man. It was so good. It was awesome. And okay,
and we got a new metaphor for sex: coffee.
That's right.
Would you like some coffee?
I forgot about that.
Oh, dude,
I
look, because I use that as a test. If a chick knows what that means, okay, you could.
Yeah. We hear.
Girl,
right.
You was watching Luke Cage. You nasty, I know. It's alright.
Man, okay. So let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Somebody asked me this. Matter of fact, my brother Islo asked me this one day. We were sitting in the studio.
Okay.
He's a big Marvel fanatic too.
Okay.
He says, man, out of all of the Marvel movies in the MCU, what's your favorite?
Out of all of them?
Ain't that some hard shit to answer?
Wow. Let me think. Okay.
Out of all of them?
All of them.
You know why? Okay, I can answer that. And
that's
the answer
for me.
The answer. Well, yeah. There's a first and a second place. The first place is gonna be Black Panther.
Okay.
Because not only is Black Panther a cool character, the whole concept of the thing is cool, but Chadwick Boseman became a hero for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we
right.
needed that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I don't think it's a coincidence that after that movie came out is when you saw the Black Lives Matter protests take off like they did.
Yeah.
I won't say that was a cause and effect situation, but I definitely think that that's a factor.
I feel you.
Because you had black people going out to see that movie in droves. And celebrating our blackness and being very proud of that.
Right.
So I think in a very real way, at the very least for the generation that saw that as children, they're gonna have a whole different outlook on what a hero is because that existed at the time when it did.
Right.
And then my second choice would be the second Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, I think he said that was one of his first choices too, man. My boy.
And just to make sure, the second one was the one where they
Ego, the ego of the planet.
Yeah, his father.
Right, but that was the one where Yondu and them got captured. And they kept having to send Groot to get the fin, but he kept coming back with all the ropes. Right. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. So the second Guardians of the Galaxy. So those two would be my number 1 and 2 out of all Marvel movies. I'd have to say.
What about you, B?
Mine was, of course, Black Panther and Civil War. To be honest with you.
Really. That was a pretty good one, though. That was a pretty good one.
Because I know as far as comic wise, like it's not that far off from the comic. It's just that there's some things changed on it.
Yeah.
But it was just having these heroes, but they have two different ideologies as far as how to proceed.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then also, not only that, then they actually, for the very first time, Sony released fucking Spider-Man to the MCU.
That was Spider-Man's first appearance in the MCU. Yeah.
That's right.
And the boy.
Tom Holland, he did that role.
I gotta give it to Tom Holland. He, as far as being, I mean, I don't know how much of it is luck or whatever, but as far as being the perfect Spider-Man at the perfect time, as much as I enjoyed, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, you got to give it to Tom Holland for him to be the Spider-Man that broke into the MCU. Like, dude, that's a come up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Just even if you looked at the merchandising money alone, they're using your image for all of these different action figures and toys and this and that and the other. Dude, you're going to get paid for life.
That's right. That's right.
On top of like you doing the voiceovers for the video game.
Right.
If there's a cartoon, you're going to be included.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, any kind of way you're connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a reoccurring character.
I bet you Terence Howard gotta feel stupid.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm just waiting for Miles Morales.
You already know. Yeah.
For those who don't know, okay, Terence Howard played Rhodey in the first Iron Man movie back in 2008. Okay, but during the filming of that movie, he was the first actor hired for the making of that movie. He was the first one that they brought on board, and because of that, he wound up getting the lion's share of pay as far as that movie was concerned. Now, mind you, he was a minor character. He really was a minor character in that movie, but he got paid more than Robert Downey Jr. When it came time for the second movie, of course, they wanted to bring him back for the same role as Rhodey. Well, he was being greedy and wanted the lion's share of money again.
Right.
When you are not the star.
Right.
True, his character would have had a bigger role, and if he had stayed with it, he would have been War Machine in every subsequent movie. But because he got greedy, they went to Don Cheadle.
Which was an excellent idea anyway.
Yes. I like Don Cheadle way better than fucking Terrence Howard. And don't get me wrong, Terrence Howard is a great actor in his own respect, but he is not Don Cheadle, and Don Cheadle killed it.
But yes, every time.
But because he was a little greedy, he worked himself out of
a job.
All of the money that Don Cheadle is going to make from being War Machine for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life. You know,
what was the actor that played Hulk?
In which version?
Marvel. In
MCU, Ruffalo.
Ruffalo, yeah.
Oh, he loved playing freaking Hulk, dude.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Man.
He was like, well, I'm going to get my own standalone movie.
Right.
If somebody told
he needs it too, because they finally got the perfect Hulk, man.
Yeah.
Because
like
to me,
Hulk.
I can't front. To me, I can't say I like the storyline of both of the first Hulk movies.
Yeah.
Because especially the one where he had his daddy and shit.
I call that one the baby Hulk.
Right.
Because the Hulk looked like a damn infant.
But you know one thing about it was I liked how real he looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that did draw me to that movie.
The graphics in that movie, the CGI in that movie did make him look more believable than the one with Ed Norton.
Yeah. If they had gave him more of a scowl and made him look meaner in the face, I think it would have did more justice. But just the way his body looked, it was so real, man. Like you could see him walking down the street. Yeah. Because they even showed him like up close, and you could see like sweat coming out of his pores and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it just then the next one, he just looked plastic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything in that movie, as far as Hulk, the Abomination, all of those, the something about the CGI in that movie, it had that plastic, overly shiny kind of quality to it.
Right.
So it was just one of those things where you're kind of sitting back and and story wise, I enjoyed that one way more than the other one.
Me too.
But and I happen to be just a fan of Ed Norton, but
I was just gonna say, plus he's a better actor, man.
Just hands down.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the movie story-wise way better, but the look of it. You just is like, okay, what? And then you compare that to when Hulk showed up in damn Avengers.
Yeah, that was something completely.
when he said,
that's when they got it right.
When he said, "You want to know my secret?
Yeah.
I'm always angry."
Right.
And then he turned and just boom.
Yes.
I was done.
Yes.
I was done. You could wipe me up off the floor.
You know what though, man? I gotta be honest, man. When we were talking about like our favorite movies, our favorite Marvel movies, man.
What about your favorite music? Shit.
One of my favorite Marvel movies, man, and yes, of course, by all means, Black Panther is that gotta be like number one. But if I really just say the one that even right now, when I think about I want to go watch a Marvel movie, I go to this movie first every time.
Okay.
The Age of Ultron.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
I fell in love with that movie, man, from the very beginning. The first scene when you intro into that movie was phenomenal to me. That whole fight scene when they were out there in the snow and shit.
Yeah.
Like, how do you start a movie off like that?
Oh my goodness, man!
When
that
I first saw it,
amazing.
I literally said to myself, okay, I was on the edge of my seat, literally. I know that shit sounds cliche, but I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat like, oh shit, like it was all of the fight scenes and everything. And then I was like, but they ain't gonna be able to keep up that through the whole.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, the whole movie was that good.
And the action in that movie was pretty much non-stop.
That's why that's my favorite one, man.
That one, as far as being like, I could say that one gave me the closest to the feel of like the excitement I used to get back when I would read comic books.
Yes.
When you turn the page and there's that two-page spread of a fight scene where the X-Men is on one side and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants is on the other side, and you see them coming together. That movie gave me that excitement.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Absolutely, man. And then after that, man, it's about what, man. There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many.
We could go on and on and on.
On and on and on about that, man. Marvel. We're gonna have to have a whole Marvel. Like, we just gonna have to hit that up every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see comic books and action figures. I know y'all got some. Bring them in.
Yeah, most definitely.
I got nothing but Transformers, and Transformers is Marvel.
Yeah, man, that's right. G.I. Joe too.
Yeah. Transformers and G.I. Joe both Marvel.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna bring on some of these shows when we talking about
I got
these movies,
Megatron and
man.
all.
Okay.
You seen my shit.
Y'all want to know an interesting piece of trivia? Okay, as far as the Marvel universe, and I'm talking about the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Kool-Aid Man is in the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just learned something that I didn't know about Marvel.
Marvel did back in the, I want to say it was like the 70s.
Yeah.
They did a promotional comic book where they made Kool-Aid Man a comic book character.
Wow.
He was a superhero and all.
Now, here's the killer part. The nigga's a mega level.
Really?
Yes.
He's God level.
You know why I'm not
God
surprised?
level.
Because one of the most deadliest characters in the Marvel universe is Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually defeated Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. So I'm not surprised.
Your boy, because they said when you break it down, his powers allow him to transmute matter. He can literally change matter on a subatomic level.
Okay.
He can literally change things into Kool-Aid.
Right. Oh, so he can change stuff into Kool-Aid.
Right. That's
his name.
Kool-Aid. But if you could change stuff into Kool-Aid, then you can change stuff into other things too. So he's basically a mega level hero, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's like, but fucking Kool-Aid Man.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. I did not know that, man.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, I know the show that I watched, but they actually put up Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
That's crazy.
I don't even know. Santa Claus is a mutant. You know that.
I think I did run across that.
Yeah. I forgot where I saw that, but
I think I saw that on YouTube. Actually.
They had Santa Claus has actually been in the Marvel universe too, and he's a mutant.
Man, that's crazy.
But
I like when they incorporate, you know, those real life people into, you know, the comic book world.
Yeah.
Like when they had Superman fighting against Cassius Clay, you know what I'm saying, against Muhammad Ali, man. That I think that was really dope to do.
Yeah, that was one of those
really
things
dope.
where you just kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
somebody just wanted to have fun with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's dope though, man. I think that's really dope. Cause I mean, you gotta think about it, man. That's the beauty of comic books. That's the beauty of the Marvel and DC and these other comic book companies, because you can do anything.
You can make anything happen.
Yeah, man. You can make anything happen, and it's all about imagination, and imagination is so important in this world, man. I love it. So, okay, if you could get rid of any movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Okay.
what would it be?
Get rid of one?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Now that's interesting. Hold on. I'm on. Let me refer to my list.
All right.
None. I like all of them.
We
like
know
all of them. They're entertaining as hell. That's all I give a damn about. them. They're all good.
we know you do, but you're a noob, so it's okay.
You know, I couldn't even think. Which one of all the ones that I said I like? Because I like the least. I want to see too many.
You know what? Easy call. Captain Marvel.
Yes.
The very first one.
No, not Captain America.
No.
Captain Marvel.
The girl.
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't stand that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was bad.
I thought it was cool.
I know you would.
You know, it was a good movie.
But I do like that it allowed them to introduce the black character who later on shows up in
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
So for that they get a pass.
Yeah.
Now you didn't like that because what? It didn't go follow the comic book.
It's not that it just didn't follow the comic book. It was, to me, the story was just poorly written. It's like the characters was all over the place.
Yeah.
And when they tried to give motivations for the things that the characters was doing, it just kind of seemed like, okay. And then Captain Marvel herself, the character, she seemed like, okay, so at the end of the movie, she comes in with this big burst of power and winds up saving the day. But that means she didn't have to go through anything. This was just power she already had. So that means that everything that happened before that, you could have stopped.
Right.
Because you could always do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those stuff like that in the movie, it just kind of makes me go, why did y'all even make this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the British Captain Marvel and What If.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See kicking ass.
Yeah. Now that was, that episode of What If,
That was brutal.
that's how you start a series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The whole What If series, everything about that was good. But Marvel, man, Marvel just been on point. They just been on point.
You can't be mad at them.
You can't
be mad at them.
I love it. Man, see, I gotta get you into. Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I know you're not that big of a DC fan, right? But what do you think about the DC cartoon movies?
From the ones that I've seen, and I haven't seen them all, but from the ones that I've seen, I enjoy them. They're good. They're way better than their live action movies.
Right. And they're better than the Marvel cartoons.
So far.
The Marvel cartoons are good.
Right.
But DC's cartoon movies, I think they're damn near unmatched, man. Like, you have to, if you have not seen all of them, I suggest that you just take some time and start watching them, because they're really good, especially the ones dealing with like Batman and the whole Bat family, anything dealing with that, man. It's really, really good, man. And they've actually taken some of the most highly rated stories and made them into cartoon movies.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and they're really good. Like The Killing Joke. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I've heard people talking about that as being really good, but I just haven't taken the time to watch it yet.
Read
Killing
the
Joke?
story. Read
Yeah.
the story and then watch the cartoon. Gotham by Gaslight.
Okay.
That's dope.
The Batman Who
The
Laughs.
Batman Who Laughed. Oh,
Good God, that was brutal.
A
Shit.
Death in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just so many. The Judas Contract. Dude, I'm
Okay.
telling you, man. Yeah, they got some really good ones in. Let me see. If you got HBO Max, man, you can pretty much see all.
Check
of
them all out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go through and see what's on there.
Yeah, man. Check them out, man.
Gentlemen,
Especially check them out so we can talk about them.
For sure.
we're gonna have to lead out a little bit. So I know we're supposed to be talking about music and a little bit of music,
I
but
think we went
yeah.
way over.
Oh,
we're about 45 minutes in just comics. So
Okay.
so this is gonna be
We'll have to do the music thing
continuous.
on another show.
So
then.
we'll
That's what
get.
it was anyway, just to keep going and talk about it every other time.
Yeah,
There's so
yeah.
much Marvel
So,
stuff that man.
it
y'all can
is,
talk
man.
about so much.
So we were gonna do some album reviews.
Yeah.
I was gonna choose this guy named R.J. Payne and this album that he just dropped. Over the past couple of years, maybe 2 years, he's been really making a lot of noise and coming up. And he was in the industry before on the underground, and now he has this resurgence over like the last year or two. And his music is really good. This time, he changed the musical style that he rhymes over, like the music that he rhymes over, the actual tracks. It's different than all of his other stuff.
Nice.
And it's very, very interesting. He did a very good job, very good execution. So I'm gonna talk about that. Probably should be on the next Tuesday's episode.
Probably.
Or Wednesday's
Next
episode.
Wednesday. Next Thursday.
Thursday's episode.
Next
Right.
Thursday's episode. So, and I was going to talk about this band called Moonchild.
Yeah.
Just their new album came out not too long ago called Voyager. Man, when I'm telling you, if you like mellow, chill, maybe you sitting at home having your drink, your smoke, whatever you do, and you want something that you can just relax and vibe to, that album is perfect.
Cool.
It is the chillest. The lead vocalist, female singer, she's just got. You remember how back in the day, how Portishead, the lead singer for
Yes.
Portishead, had that just kind of voice that let you, just kind of ethereal and it wasn't powerful and like you think of like a Patti LaBelle or something like that, but just a chill, relaxed vibe. Yeah, man.
Cool.
The band is really good, so check them out. Moonchild, Voyager, and next time when we get a chance to do this again, to actually go into depth about it, we'll give you some more information about it.
I'm gonna check it out and check out RJ Payne.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna definitely look it up.
Listen to some of his previous stuff, and then see how it differs from what he did on his very last album.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so hey man, good show. Session 2.
Session number 2 down. 100 million more to go.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night. We appreciate y'all for being here, man. And don't ever forget the Daily Smoke.
Same
Monday
bad time.
through Thursday now. You know what I'm saying? But we live on Mondays and Wednesdays. And we live on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right? Smoke sessions coming for you.
And not only
sessions,
that,
man.
I will be joining this one so you can see me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got Bobby Blackhand showing his face on camera.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to tell you.
Bobby Blackhand, the cameraman.
All right, y'all.
Hey, man, I am your boy BigRuk.
Brother Jam.
Brother Bishop.
Brother Lowe's.
And we are the Daily Smoke. And these are the Smoke Sessions. And we are out.
We